Science Time with Emma. Bling! Hey peeps, Emma here. XP gain is not what it used to be, so today we are deep diving into XP tests that I've recently done in Valheim Science. We will take a look at what gives you the most XP, if weapons or creatures' strength matters, myths that need to be debunked, the way to get the most XP, and some strange woodcutting results I got. Let's dive in. Now we know that it doesn't matter what kind of weapon you use, that it's muscle time. No, it doesn't matter what type of knife, for example, you use, you will always gain the same amount of XP. If it's a flint knife, if it's a razor knife, or if it's the black metal knives, you will gain the same amount of XP when you hit a creature. Always good to know. So no matter the quality or tier of your knife, you will gain the same amount of XP. But what if you fight a stronger creature? Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a really strong creature like a Morgan or a skeleton, you gain exactly the same amount of experience with every hit you do. It's the amount of hits that counts. So you rather want just a really strong creature with a very weak knife to get as many hits in there as you can. Yes, to raise your skill as fast as possible, you should focus on getting in as many hits as possible, so lower tiered weapons can still come in handy even at later stages of the game. But does it need to be a creature, or can we find other ways to level our weapon skill? Nope. Once again, the only skill that leveled when destroying building pieces was Pickaxe. No levels for swords, no pole arms. You're doing damage to the structures. Oh, timer is up. You're doing damage to the structures, but none of the weapons give you any XP. Not even woodcutting or the axe. Interesting. This was once a bug in the game, together with hitting stone. Both of these features sadly no longer work. But let's recap some of the things that we already found out. Start creatures don't give you more XP than no start creatures when you kill them. It's just every single hit you do, you gain XP. It doesn't matter if it's with a good weapon, a bad weapon, if you hit him 5 times or 50 times. 50 times, hitting a creature 50 times is actually better, because you will gain XP for every single hit. Not for how quickly you destroy the creature or for what kind of creature it is. All of that doesn't matter. It's just you hitting a creature. And it can't be building pieces or structures. It can't be rocks. It can be bushes. It can be trees for weapons. The pickaxe can hit rocks and structures to gain XP, but all the weapons can't. And then you've got the single-handed and two-handed axes that give you XP when you hit trees. And did you know that you don't get any pickaxing XP from hitting the ground? You do get XP from hitting stones, metals, and other objects or structures, but you don't get any XP from hitting the ground itself. But what about the bow? How does this skill work? It seems to be the exact same, even with the Draugr Fang. It doesn't matter which arrows, it doesn't matter if there's extra elemental damage there too. You gain the exact same amount of XP if you use a Draugr Fang, if you use a wooden finewood bow, or if you use bronzed arrows or frost arrows or wooden arrows. It doesn't matter. You gain exactly the same amount of XP when shooting your bow. For all of the other, for all the bows and all the arrows, it doesn't matter which one you use. You get exactly the same amount of XP when you hit a creature. Which is interesting. Yeah. And when you gain a new skill, it doesn't matter how much you gained and if there would have been extra. If you gain a new skill, you always start at 0. It doesn't just continue, which is interesting. It doesn't continue. Now the biggest tip in this video, how to gain more XP in general, and also a myth that has some truth in it. Do you know what I mean? People tell me do this inside while resting, because while you're resting you gain even more XP than when you're just rested, and I don't think that's true. Or at least the numbers didn't show it, because I would have needed to be level 2 jumping if that was the case. Now that I'm rested, I can get to level 2 jumping with just 5 jumps when my skill is at 0. So, resting does not improve your XP gain. Being rested does. Being rested is the easiest way to get more XP in Valheim, and the truth about this myth is that when you are resting, your stamina will regen a lot faster, allowing you to start fighting again more quickly and also give you more XP in the long run. While you do gain more XP while resting this way, resting itself does not give you more XP like it does when you are rested. Let's take a look at what the effect of secondary attacks have on XP. I do this, and I do this. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Yeah, okay. It doesn't matter if you use the secondary attack when cutting wood. It gives you exactly the same amount of XP. Specifically XP. We're not talking about damage, we're not talking about any of that stuff. We're purely talking about how much XP you gain when cutting wood. And using the secondary attack does not give you more XP. It's what we thought, but now we know for sure. We checked the numbers. Science. And lastly, quite a strange hack. Would you use this? So if you use the flint axe on a finewood tree, you still gain XP even though it says too hard. You can see I'm gaining XP. Now, I do think this is pretty cool, but I would rather be really cutting wood, so I have wood at the end of training my skill. But it is possible. You can gain skills by just picking a tree or a stone that is too hard with your axe or pickaxe and gain skills that way. I would just rather be cutting trees. In the mean, so I gain wood as I gain the XP. But it is possible. It is possible. Would you use this trick, or did you learn something new? Let me know in the comments. And are you tired of getting smoke in your face or base or whichever? Check out this video where I show you how to make a smokeless fireplace and even kitchen. Like and subscribe for more Valheim science, and thank you so much for watching. You're absolutely amazing. Bye.